Hi, Elaine. Good evening. How are you today?
Good
I
evening,
mean, how are you tonight?
Miss. Good evening, Miss Del Rosario. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. So, Elaine, can you please tell me something about yourself?
Okay, thank you. I am actually a challenge junkie, and in everything that I do, I approach with passion, creativity, and optimism. And I have been with the marketing and advertising industry for over 15 years. So that's
Wow.
practically covers the period of my career as an advertising and marketing professional. Now
Mhm.
I've handled global brands and have worked with multinational companies as well in the course of my career. And other than social media marketing, my other skills are integrated marketing, business development, and communication. I
Okay.
work well. I find that I work well with teams. However, I am also I am confident that I can also work alone or independently
Okay.
if the situation calls for it.
Okay. So, thank you. So, 15 long years of experience in the advertising and marketing industry. Wow, that's quite a very, very long years.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, for my next question for you, Elaine, is that what are your strengths?
My strengths are number one. My strength is inputting, and that would mean I enjoy gathering information and being exposed to, I get more information. I love gathering information. That's why I love, watching documentaries and reading books and reading articles. That's one. My next strength would be ideation, which means I love, concepts. I love conceptualizing. I enjoy the process of creating concepts. Number three, my third strength would be learning. I suppose because of my first two strengths, which are inputting and ideation, learning actually is a relevant strength. I consider myself a lifelong learner. I do not um, I do not waste time uh, really idling. I love to learn and challenge myself to learn some more. My next strength would be individualization. And individualization means I love actually relating with people and making sure that each one I get to know really well, and I see everybody as a special person individually. So pretty much, having to relate to people.
Yeah, wow, that's okay, that's good. So, I know that we as a person, as a human being, we do have our own flaws, right?
We do.
Yeah. So, okay, for my question for you is that, what are your weaknesses, Elaine? And, just be honest, just be yourself.
That is a good question. Sometimes I actually need to remind myself that I do have those weaknesses and I should overcome them. The first one is I actually tend to overthink or overanalyze situations. And sometimes what happens is it gets in the way of me coming to a decision. And number two, that's why because I overanalyze things, I tend to actually um, have a difficulty delegating work or tasks to other people because I feel that if I want something done, I bet it's best that I do it myself. But it's something that I have been working on, and I have been, steadily learning to share my tasks or ask for help for certain tasks that I need to do.
Okay. So that's good. So, all right. You have mentioned earlier during the introduction that you are a lifelong learner. Am I correct with that one?
Yes, you are. I am a lifelong learner.
Okay, so maybe my follow-up question would be, if you are a lifelong learner, what are you studying at the moment?
Oh, that is a really good question. I'd love to be able to answer that. I'm actually um, learning how to be a life coach, and I guess it's one of the reasons it is related to my strength of individualization. And actually, one strength that I forgot to mention is communication. I do love to communicate and love to be able to talk to people and, share their thoughts and their experience and see how I can probably, help them more comfortable deciding on their life paths. So I am a life coach in the making.
Oh, that's nice.
It is. It
Okay,
is.
a life coach. So, since you were studying a life coach, do you have any like target persons that you want to be coach?
If you're saying who would I like to
Yeah,
take in
age
as if I were a life
group,
coach already?
demographics. Well, if you were a life coach, because as of now you are studying as a life coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if ever that you are a life coach in the future, do you have any like specific or target market that you wanted to coach with? Like, do you want to focus on youth or what?
Actually, at this point in time, I believe I will find it. I find that there are more women that are open to life coaching. And I would think that women who are probably middle aged already,
Yeah.
somebody who's probably approaching their 40s or 50s, because I
Mm-hmm.
believe at this time, a lot of women have already gone through life experiences where they feel they need
Exactly.
healing from or they need clarity. So I'd like to be able to um, probably focus on women in that age group. Most
Okay.
likely, probably women who have gone through trauma, for psychological trauma, in their marriage or in their
Psychologically
relationships.
and emotionally.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
Mhm.
Okay, so moving forward, all right. So I'm not sure if when you say earlier that you were in the advertising and marketing industry, if it's online or physical, something like that. But okay, for my next question for you would be, how long have you been a freelancer if you are?
I am a freelancer. I have been a freelancer for the past 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, it was more advertising and marketing. And yeah, and I continue to be a freelancer today.
Okay, so what made you decide to become a freelancer?
Well, I decided to become a freelancer because it gave me more time to actually be with my family and to actually explore my real passion, which is more events and media marketing. And I had wanted to actually be catering to international clients. Actually, I've been doing that ever since, even during my when I was a full-time employee, and so I
Mhm.
would like to continue being affiliated with international and global clients, but as a freelancer. And doing so, I feel would give me more focus, a bigger focus, or a wider focus on each client.
Mhm. Okay. So, okay. So you've been helping Taboola acquire content. Okay. So you were with Manila Bulletin, Remate. Okay, that's nice. All right. So moving forward, Elaine, what is your freelance service specialization?
My freelance service specialization would be social media marketing and content creation. And yeah,
Okay. So just give me a sec, because I'm looking for a missing question. Okay. So maybe I would like to ask this one for you. So since you are an online freelancer or a freelancer before, like for about 4 years, how many clients do you have so far, and what work or what kind of work have you done for them?
Well, before the pandemic, I actually had one client from Israel, and you mentioned it earlier. It is an
Uh-huh.
Israeli digital company called Taboola. They are
Yeah.
actually a platform discovery, a content discovery platform. And what I did was I actually helped Taboola um, partner with local media companies to add to their content because they needed more content. So I linked them up with local media companies like Manila Bulletin, ABS-CBN, TV5, Inquirer. And I was able to acquire during that contract I was able to acquire Manila Bulletin and Remate for them and link them up with other media, TV and newspaper publications here in the Philippines.
Okay. So that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. So service specialization, freelance service specialization. Okay, let me go back right here. Okay, so well, you have mentioned already your freelance service specialization. So maybe I would move forward with our next question, which is, do you know that this project requires a lot number of hours per week, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so are you available? I mean, what's your schedule like? Can you work in different US time zone?
Yes, I absolutely can. As a freelancer, I've learned that um, my clients could potentially be from other time zones. And
Mm-hmm.
I am quite flexible and I can, I'd like to know what your requirements are and tailor fit my work schedule and the time zone according to your requirement.
Okay, thank you. So are you a team player, Elaine? Well, yeah. Anyways, you have mentioned this as well during the introduction that you are a team player, but you can also work alone by yourself. So moving forward, what is your service fee range for this project requirement?
Well, based on the description, the job description that you provided, I believe it is fair that my service fee range would be somewhere between $7 and $10 an hour.
Okay, good. What is your long-term goal as an online freelancer when it comes to your specialization, your client, and your rates?
Oh, thank you for asking that question. Well, my goals actually, I have more than one goal. I have two goals. One, my first long-term goal is to actually acquire uh, premium clients such as yourself, three more premium clients by 2023, and to actually expand my business, my company, to include content distribution and also to for other digital services as well. So I'd like to be able to roll this out in 2024.
Wow, that's nice. Well, I know you can.
Thank you.
So go and fight for it.
I will.
All right. So, okay, I think you have seen the job post that I have posted in one of the Facebook groups that we are both in. That's why you are here.
Yes.
So, based on that job post or job opportunity that you have seen, what is your understanding of the job requirement and description?
My understanding of the job description and the job requirement is that as you are looking for an assistant. Uh, could you give me just a few minutes?
Yeah, sure.
As I understand it, you need a trainable social media assistant that can hit the ground running and mainly help you manage your social media platforms, curate and create its content, and develop concepts for your campaigns. I believe the chosen candidate should be social media savvy and should have the tools needed for discharging the task. Because you mentioned that that candidate should have a working laptop and a good internet service.
Yeah, thank you. So maybe for my last question would be, how do you take negative feedback?
Well, negative feedback or positive feedback, uh, I welcome both of them because I believe that if you would like to grow in life and in your career,
Yeah.
you should be open to any form of feedback at all. And that is for you a way to actually learn from probably your mistakes or learn from your victories and improve from there. So feedback or negative, positive or negative feedback is still feedback, and they're both good.
Yeah, of course. Um, yeah, as I'm always saying with my colleagues, that if someone gives you like criticisms, don't ever take it negatively,
Agree.
because um people will give you criticisms because uh they care for you and that they know that you can do better than what you are doing right now.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for tonight, Elaine. Do you have any question regarding the project or to me?
Yes, I do. Number one, I'd like to know, as your assistant, what challenges would you like me to help you with, or would you like me to help you overcome? That's one. Number two, what was the most recent social media campaign that was made for you or that you did? And how do I help you improve on that? And number three, what is your management style? Okay.
So
Thank
maybe to answer for the first question. So maybe one, I do have like two challenges like that, but I'll give you one for now. So that will be like the falling engagement rates and fewer post interactions. So I might need you to like to think a strategy that can help me boost my social media presence, to boost my social media engagement, something like that.
Okay.
Okay, and to answer your question number two, what was the most recent social media campaign that was made for me? Is the one that like I am the one that was in the job post. Okay,
Okay.
I might need you to like create a strategy for one of my other business in real estate. So I might need you to like create a content strategy, for you to create a content calendar and a social media copies for my social media calendar post.
Okay.
Okay. So I hope that's okay with you.
That sounds interesting. Those things I've done before with with my previous clients, and I'm confident that I can do that for you too.
Yeah, sure, of course. All right. So for your question number three, my management style would be like, maybe in terms of what makes me unique is that like I also go out of my way. I don't like sitting in one place and just letting all my virtual assistants do the work. I always ask them, is there anything I can help with? Is there anything that I need for approval? Something like that. So I always make a follow up with them. I always talk to them, sort of things like that.
You're hands-on, in other words.
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Good to know. Well, thank you for answering my questions.
No worries, Elaine. It's my privilege. Okay, so I think if you don't have any other question for now, let me say thank you for coming in this interview, for giving me your time for me to get to know you, and of course your skills, your strategies, your past experiences, and sort of things like that. And thank you so much once again. And yeah, just give me like 2 more days. Okay. I need to um do the proper documentations because I don't want you to start with me without any contracts at all. I don't want my VAs to start with me without any contracts.
Sounds good,
Okay, so
Miss
I hope
Charlene.
that is okay with you.
Sounds good.
And yeah,
Sounds good, Miss Charlene, and the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much.
thank you so much, Elaine, and have a
Okay.
good night.
You
Bye for
too.
now. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.